Khan. Okay, Shalom, Shalom to the 144,000 and the one third of the elect of the nation of Israel. I would like to give all praise to Allah Hayanawa Abanawa, Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Waha Rakaha Kwadash. Double honor, of course, is extended unto the elder apostles, the elder bishops, and the elders of Great Millstone GMS, who continue to rule and teach Yasha Allah well through the Spirit. Honors and salutations goes out to the Akim, pushing this gospel, this good news, the world over, in sincerity and in truth, in hopes that it may edify and feed the elect lambs of Yahweh, Yahweh Shai, and doing their due diligence. To you few sincere sisters who continue to do the right thing, to you I say Shalom, Wa Adawan Ratazah, which means Lord willing. So Lord willing, this lesson is edifying. Okay, and as you can see from this article, on your screen, okay, we are in, prophetic times. We are in the times of the end, okay, and we continue to see evils upon evils upon evils growing on this planet, okay. Mind you, this is all judgment of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahweh Shai, okay. Now, this is an article from ndtv.com, India News, okay. And this article was updated on the September the 16th, 2023, the hopeful year that we see these prophecies come to pass, right? And the headline says, Nipah virus outbreak in Kerala, okay, which is in southern India, all right? And it says what we know so far, okay? So it says Nipah virus usually spreads to humans from animals or through contaminated food, but it can also be transmitted directly between people. New Delhi authorities in Kerala are scrambling to contain a rare outbreak of Nipah, a virus spread from animals to humans that causes deadly fever, with a high mortality rate. It says, what is Nipah virus? The first Nipah outbreak was recorded in 1998 after the virus spread among pig farmers in Malaysia. The virus is named after the village where it was discovered. Outbreaks are rare, but Nipah has been listed by the WHO alongside Ebola, Zika, and the Crown Royal as one of several diseases deserving of priority research for their potential to cause a global epidemic. Okay, don't be surprised if they're looking to manufacture a vaccine for this Nipah virus. Okay, because you know how Esau Edom likes to, conjure up, one of his evil concoctions, all right, as a way to depopulate and control the masses. So it says Nipah usually spreads to humans from animals or through contaminated food, but it can also be transmitted directly between people. Fruit bats are the natural carriers of the virus and have been identified as the most likely cause of subsequent outbreaks. And if you notice the pattern, they said that the bats were the carriers of the C19 when that first kicked off. Alright, that's why we're not ignorant to Satan's devices, alright, because this man has a forked tongue. So it says Nipah virus symptoms. Symptoms include intense fever, vomiting, and a respiratory infection, and that's similar to what C19 has. But severe cases can involve seizures and brain inflammation that results in a coma. There is no vaccine for Nipah. Patients have a mortality rate of between 40 and 75% depending on the public health response to the virus. Okay. So the next subheading says what happened during previous Nipah outbreaks. The first Nipah outbreak killed more than 100 people in Malaysia and prompted the culling of 1 million pigs in an effort to contain the virus. Okay. It is also spread to Singapore with 11 cases and 1 death among slaughterhouse workers who came into contact with pigs imported from Malaysia. Alright. We know pigs, they carry a lot of, infectious diseases. Okay. And you still have a lot of our people, your so-called Negroes, Latinos, Native and Seminole Indians, as well as your speckled bird mingled among the heathens that may look like the heathens, still consuming pig as a delicacy. Okay. when scripture downright tells you that pig must not be eaten. You're not even supposed to go near it. Okay. And what you find in poor regions, poor areas, okay, right, where certain places or countries might not have the best access to health, right, and certain disease spread, all right, you'll find that, you know, it'll spread quicker among the people there, all right, especially around, you know, unclean animals, okay, and being around them, all right. So it says since then, the disease has mainly been recorded in Bangladesh and India, with both countries reporting their first outbreaks in 2001. And you know, people of India who are primary in Bangladesh, right, primarily going back to the sorry about that, primarily going back to the Elamites in the Bible. That's their biblical nationality. The East Indians, right, Persians too. They go back to Elam. So you know the Lord, sorry, is judging, okay, these heathens, these Elamites, all right, with pestilences, okay, because they, you know, had a hand, all right, of harming the children of Israel, okay, and had us in slavery, all right. So it says two early outbreaks in India killed more than 50 people before they were brought under control. Kerala has recorded 2 deaths from Nipah and 4 other confirmed cases since last month. Authorities there have closed some schools and instituted mass testing. This marks Kerala's 4th recorded spate of Nipah cases in 5 years. The virus killed 17 people during the first instance in 2018. And I don't believe I've heard of this either. Okay. Well, I may have, but I forgot. You know, a lot of things go through my mind and stuff like that. And there's so much going on. Okay. You know, but that's the spirit, you know. It says the state has managed to stamp out previous outbreaks within a matter of weeks through widespread testing and strict isolation of those in contact with patients. Okay. Says our animal to human virus is becoming more frequent, having first appeared thousands of years ago. Zoonoses, diseases that can be transmitted from animals to humans, have multiplied over the past 20 to 30 years. Okay, you know, a lot of this is, you know, consuming these unclean animals as foods and things like that, amongst other factors, right, that causes disease to spread. All right. The growth of international travel has allowed them to spread more quickly. Okay, by occupying increasingly large areas of the planet, experts say humans also contribute to disruption of the ecosystem and increase the likelihood of random virus mutations that are transmissible to humans. You can pretty much trace that back to the devil, right? For the most part, okay. Industrial farming increases the risk of pathogens spreading between animals, while deforestation heightens contact between wildlife, domestic animals, and humans, right? Because their habitats have been wiped out, so these animals are displaced, man, and they're finding other, you know, other places to make as their habitat to cope for the loss of their home. All right, so they come into contact with humans because they're being removed from where they are. All right, and relocating into areas where humans live. You know, that's what happens when their habitat is being is being harmed. Okay, and that's a huge negative impact it has on the ecosystem too, man. All right. See, by mixing more, species will transmit their viruses more, which will promote the emergence of new diseases potentially transmissible to humans. Climate change will push many animals to flee their ecosystems for more livable lands, a study published by the scientific journal Nature warned in 2022. According to estimates published in the journal Science in 2018, there are 1.7 million unknown viruses in mammals and birds. You see? 540,000 to 850,000 of them with the capacity to infect humans. Right? So, this you know, expect more, pestilences, man. Okay, and even comebacks of former pestilences. All right, because this is all the judgment of the Lord, whether it's man-made or natural. All right, it's all the will of the Lord. Okay, and that's why the prophets of Yahweh Shemashai, are out here to warn our people. Right, declaring the end from the beginning through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemashai, Bashim Rakakwadash, of the things that we're seeing. The things to come. Trouble and distress. All right, he's coming to the world, man. Woe is to the world. All right. Jeremiah chapter 28 and verse 8. Alright. The prophets that have been before me and before thee of old prophesied both against many countries and against great kingdoms of war and of evil and of pestilence. And we've seen all those things today, man. Okay. Alright. And Jeremiah was, when he's young, he was very young when he was called to be a prophet, alright? Okay. Alright. Because the Lord knew him, alright, from in the womb. He formed him in the womb, alright, and he ordained him to be a prophet, okay? And we've seen evil, war, and certainly pestilence, just like we've seen right here, man. Okay? And famines too, don't forget that. Okay? From famines and pestilences comes sickness, okay? Alright? And from sickness comes infectious diseases. From that comes from poor health. And then from that, more diseases. And then from that leads to death. Okay? So that's what we're seeing. Alright? So there's many people on this planet that's going to perish, man. That's why, what the Earth populations are over 8 billion, 8.1 billion approximately, according to ESO's statistics. Okay? So many people are on earth to receive their judgment, man. Alright? The Lord has made the world for many. Alright? Oh, sorry, let me get that scripture, I butchered it. Alright? Our world for few, but many, something like that. Let me get... That's it, 2nd Edges chapter 8, verse 1, Salakia. And he answered me, saying, the Most High hath made this world for many, but the world to come for few. That's right, okay. And that's the case. And ultimately, the tabernacle of David is being built up through the Spirit, man. Okay, beginning with the elect. Alright. So the kingdom of Yasha Allah, which is by default the kingdom of Yahushai, okay, because the elect will be joint heirs with Yahushai, so whatever Yahushai inherits, alright, the elect will inherit that as well, okay. The son of a king is what? A prince, okay. Prince gets what a king gets, alright. So this time that we're in, man. Psalms 8. Oh, sorry, not Psalms 8. Let's get Romans chapter 8. Let's go straight to verse 35, which reads, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach? Shall tribulation or distress or persecution or famine or nakedness or peril or sword? And ultimately, alright, because our people are scattered everywhere, alright, you'll have Israelites in that region, in Kerala, all over India, all over the world, for that matter, okay, alright, and the elect that may be among them, okay, will perish by the sword or by famine, okay, or or distress, alright. That's why it says, who shall separate us from the love of Hamashiach, man? Okay, none of the elect will be lost. Alright. Luke chapter 21, verse 11. And this is words of Yahushua, as you can see, it's written in red. And great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines and pestilences. There you go, pestilences again. And fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay. So that's all we're going to see from here on out, man. Alright. Again, you just had that recent one in Morocco. Alright. And then you had the flooding in Libya a couple of days after. Okay. And those people, alright, Libya, they're not exempt from what they've done to the children of Israel. Because they may seem to have forgotten that. Alright. So recompense is coming back on those people, man. For what they've done to ours. Alright. Let's get I think it's 2 Thessalonians chapter 1 verse 6. Seeing it is a righteous thing with Yahweh to recompense tribulation to them that trouble you. That's right, recompense. Alright, to pay back basically. Tribulation, pretty much going into trouble. Alright. So the Lord sees all, man. That's why he's not to be mocked. Alright? All these wicked acts and atrocities that these nations who are joined unto Esau Edom has done unto us. Alright? It's coming back up on their heads, man, and rightfully so. And that's a just balance, man. The so-called white man has gone around the world raping, robbing, pillaging, colonizing, extracting wealth and resources, alright, and just murdering people, okay? So, you know, whatever you reap, you sow. So that's going to return back up on his own head, alright? Okay. Let's get second address. If I get certain ones, let's get this. Let's get second Esdras chapter 15 verse 5. Behold, saith the Adawan, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Alright, and that's the times that we're coming into. Alright, we're at the brink of it. Alright. Second Esdras 16 and 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent as scourges for amendment. Right, these are meant to, you know, basically, you know, sent out to basically amend your ways, to change your ways. But these people don't recognize the Most High. Right, they continue to live in pride, in wickedness, in folly, living their best life, that YOLO life. Alright, you know, they're sowing to the flesh, they're living according to the flesh. Alright, and they're going to be judged for that, and rightfully so. Second Esdras 16 and 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth, and as many people upon the earth, shall perish of famine. That's right, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy. Okay, so if you don't perish by famine, man, okay, you're going to get killed by the sword, which the sword, the modern day sword, is the gun, man. And all these various weapons, modern weapons, that can take one's life pretty much instantaneously. Alright, many people are going to perish by that. Alright. Let's get Psalm. You know, because their spirits create for vengeance, man. Alright. Their spirits create for vengeance. Alright. That they do not appease the wrath of the Most High, man. Okay. Let's get Psalms 103, verse 20. Bless the Adawan Yahweh, you his angels that excel in strength, that do his commandments, hearkening, which means listening, unto the voice of his word. That's right, man. So you got angels on the right hand side, the righteous angels, and angels on the left hand side, you know, demons and devils. Alright, Satan being at the top, man. Okay. And they all obey the will of Yahweh. Okay. Right, the right hand side is stronger than the left hand side. Okay. So Yahweh doesn't come off his throne. Alright, the angels do his bidding. Okay. We've got wicked angels, death angels. Alright. That judge. Alright, and put wicked people to death, basically. Angels bringing out pestilences upon wicked people. Alright. And it's all righteous. It's all done in righteousness and in order. Alright. So there you go. Alright. Sirach chapter 39 verse 28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. That's right, man. There's an appointed time, alright, for those spirits of vengeance, alright, to dish out judgment, basically. Alright, and they come in various forms. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these were created for vengeance. Alright. You know, unto the Lord belong the issues of death, man. Alright. So whatever way he sees fit to punish people, that will be sanctioned in the spiritual world, alright, in the heavens, alright, because the council takes place there, and then it'll manifest in the physical, alright, here upon earth, alright. That's why we constantly warn our people. All right. But when we're preaching and prophesying to them, and it just goes over their head. All right. But only the elect will hear and take heed, man. If I remember correctly, that's it. Isaiah chapter 6 and verse 9. And he said, "Go and tell this people, hear you indeed, but understand not, and see you indeed, but perceive not. Make the heart," meaning the mind, "of this people fat, and make their ears heavy, and shut their eyes, lest they see with their eyes and hear with their ears, and understand with their heart, and convert and be healed." That's right, man. So there's certain angels that actually blind the minds of these people to receiving this word and this truth. Okay. Okay. Basically, their spiritual ears, their spiritual eyes have been sealed, man. Okay. That's why they walk after carnality. All right. They live in a carnal, fleshly manner. All right. They don't want to seek the Lord. All right. Because it's to them it's foolishness. All right. First Corinthians chapter 2 verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the Spirit, not the things of the Spirit of Yahweh, for they are foolishness unto him, neither can he know them because they are spiritually discerned. Right? That's Esau and 2/3. Babylon the Great, man. Alright? They, they want to, continue in this wicked society. Alright? Trying to receive all these privileges and benefits from Esau, Edom. They love being at the bottom. Alright? They love chasing the bag, which is going digital, by the way. Alright? And the Lord is not in their mind whatsoever. Okay? So, there we go. Nipah virus outbreak in Kerala. What we know so far, so that's it, man. Alright? Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. I'm gonna end it there. I pray it was edifying. Okay? In closing, Kal Halalim La Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai. Thawada for tuning in. Kwam Yasharala Wa Abad Babal. Signing out. Shalom to the elect.